on tight.
For Calgary City Councillor and mayoral candidate Jeff Davison, Alberta's COVID crisis has hit close to home.
For us, we've got a little girl who will require a surgery. It's now been pushed to even have a conversation about when that surgery would be. We have no idea when the surgery will take place. We have no idea if the next evaluation will get pushed. And the question we keep asking is, how long are we supposed to wait?
It's with 6-year-old Amelia in mind that Davison joined most of his council colleagues Wednesday in passing a city bylaw to make the province's opt-in vaccine passport program mandatory for most non-essential businesses in the city.
There's a lot of confusion with respect to what's going on, and so trying to make it simpler and easier on all of the folks working in small business and in our city.
But it's not just people in Calgary getting sick from COVID-19. Following rumors of a COVID exposure party in his community, the mayor of Edson, Alberta, a town of 8,000 with just 58% vaccine coverage, took to social media to urge residents to get the shot. We have many residents in ICU in Edmonton, and unfortunately, 3 Edson area residents have lost their lives in recent days due to COVID.
We just keep pulling beds out of nowhere, and we're planning on further expanding the unit into the general OR and adding another intensive care doctor.
The province has now more than doubled its current ICU capacity, but those extra beds carry a cost. This altered care delivery document explains how patient care has changed. Patients who were repositioned every 2 hours are now moved every 4. A chart check medication review that once happened every 12 hours, now every 24.
I'm not saying we're cutting corners, but there comes a physical and temporal limitation to how much care you can deliver under the current system.
It's why federal help will soon be on the way as the province and its people continue to struggle under the still surging fourth wave. Heather, Yourex-West, Global News, Calgary.
And it's not just Alberta dealing with a major surge of COVID-19. Next door in Saskatchewan, case numbers are rising fast. 399 out of every 100,000 people in that province are infected with COVID-19. And hospitals are feeling the pressure. A record 273 people are hospitalized with the virus. More than 75% of them are not fully vaccinated. And adults are being moved into pediatric ICU beds. Nathaniel Dove reports on alarming trends and the appeals for more people to get their shot.
Maverick needs a heart echo done.
Carrie Bellegarde-Upanacha is heartbroken. Her 5-year-old grandson and 25-year-old daughter are both in hospital with COVID-19. Her daughter isn't vaccinated, and she says she's worried about other family members.
One has tested negative. We're not sure on the baby yet, but he seems to be doing good.
Patients are now in the children's ICU in Saskatoon and in Regina's cardiac center, and it could have been prevented.
Nearly 84% of all new infections and hospitalizations in our province in August were in unvaccinated or partially vaccinated people.
Doctors point to July 11th, when the provincial government lifted all restrictions. Since then, case numbers have spiked, from 44 to averaging more than 400 per day for more than a week. And vaccination uptake slowed, but is picking up again. Premier Scott Moe has said it's the fault of the unvaccinated, but it's beginning to look more like the children's pandemic. Children who are too young to get their shots.
98% of school-aged children with COVID live in households with unvaccinated or partially vaccinated parents.
Some new guidelines are coming. On October 1st, most businesses will require proof of vaccination or a recent negative COVID test to enter. The Saskatoon YMCA says that's not sufficient. It will only accept proof of vaccination.
We don't know how long the tests are good for. We don't know where the tests are going to be done, and we don't know how people are going to show that they've taken those tests.
Guidelines prevent Bellegarde-Upanacha from visiting her daughter and grandson. She hopes they and others stay safe.
Let's just hope that they get better and people realize how important it is to get vaccinated.
Nathaniel Dove, Global News, Saskatoon.